Hello, my name is Jesse Mecham with another episode of The Jesse Mecham Show, and I'm here each week to obsess out loud about spending purposefully, saving aspirationally, giving joyfully. It all comes down to just giving every single one of your precious dollars a job. Those dollars that you give so much of your time, energy, effort, calories, and love to. That's the one. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. The dollars. And when you spend, or I should say, when you are confronted with the opportunity to spend, and you are starting to get good at money, you will notice this really interesting thing. And it is no magic trick, but you will notice that your spending decisions consider more context than they used to. They weigh things differently. Back in days of yore, when you were bad at money, you would be presented with an opportunity to spend some money, and you would look to that one piece of information that lies through its teeth to you, the bank balance. You'd pull up on your phone and you'd say, okay, I have enough in my bank balance I have enough in the bank for that purchase. And you'd buy it. And then 2 days later, a bill would arrive and you would realize you should not have bought that thing. You could not actually afford it. And you're in a bit of a pinch. So what do? You put that bill on the card. You vow you'll never do it again. You'll pay off the card next month. And then you rinse and repeat until you're 13 grand in credit card debt. And I wish I were making up this story, but it is a composite. That is someone that's bad at money looks at a spending decision in isolation. Someone that is good at money looks at a spending decision in context of the whole picture. It might be something as, you probably see this on TikTok or something. When you buy a car, the dealership will want you to say, well, I can afford that monthly payment. If you can at all help it, everybody, don't do the monthly payment thing at all. Pay in cash. And then give yourself the car payment every month. And in whatever number of years, you can buy the car in cash again and just rinse and repeat for the rest of your life. But if you must borrow to get a car, you must also know that if you're being good at money, you're considering the other costs, like the increase in your insurance because you went from a beater to something nicer, the gas mileage that isn't as great as the other one was, the registration fees. That was what got me and Julie in our first year of marriage. I did not realize you had to pay new registration fees every year. I thought you register the car once, you're done. But no, the state. So there's a lot more than just the monthly payment. It's the classic thing with the renting versus buying. Someone's like, oh man, my mortgage is less than rent. You're like, yeah, okay, but are you considering the HOA dues, the property taxes, the home repairs, the home renovations that you will do of your own volition? No, you are not. And that's taking spending in context. However, if you want to get good at money, you actually take it a step further. And this is what I call eating sushi for Christmas. You will recognize when you're going out to sushi or you're debating going out to sushi and you're looking in your eating out category and you notice there are only $19 in there, and that's good for one roll and no tip probably. So you will notice that you could, because you have a lot of money in your bank, you could just go out to sushi, spend the normal $200, enjoy yourself, and it'll be great. It'll be great. But when you're eating sushi for Christmas, what I'm talking about is that money you spent on sushi tonight, because you only had $19 in eating out, but you did it anyway. That money came from somewhere, and I assert that it came from your Christmas fund. And the reason I do is because I like to think of Faye. She's not 4 anymore, but I like to think of her as 4. And I like to think of me just sitting there on Christmas morning. It's all empty. Cover your ears appropriately, everybody. The living room's empty, but Dad's there eating sushi. Now, does this actually happen? Only in the most sadistic families possible does this happen. But the idea of it is interesting, isn't it? The idea of, wow, going out to sushi tonight affects something 9, 10, 11 months from now. That's context. And when you're good at money, you're looking at the entire context. You don't do it all the time, but you do it when you're saying, here's what the jobs are for my dollars. When you're saying this is what my money is for, you are saying it's for Christmas and it's for sushi and it's for the car and it's for, right? So then when something comes up and says, hey, we need a little more money over here, you aren't just saying, oh, well, more money, less money. No, you're saying more money, but the money is making it less somewhere else. Less Christmas, less vacation, less in the car repair, whatever it may be. That's the context. And once you are good at money, you're using that context of present you, future you. Honestly, there's past you in there with paying down debt and things like that. But that's the whole thing. Now you're making a good decision because now you can just full steam ahead be like, I absolutely am going to have that sushi dinner tonight because, and you'll give me a good reason, because my friend from college is in town and this is where we always used to go and I'm not going to miss it. And you'll find the money, you'll move it around and you'll do what we do, where you move money around and you change your priorities, change your plan because life changes and that's normal. Or you would say, $19, fast food it is, or honestly, better yet, just skip a meal, you know what I'm saying? But all that to say, when you're doing those trade-offs with your spending decisions, you are good at money. And then when you do spend at Christmas or for the car repair or for the sushi, you don't have this nagging little worry on your shoulder. Hey, are you sure? Are you sure? You are sure. You considered all of it. That is a skill you can learn. And our software, YNAB.com/Jesse, if you want to try it, the software helps you see that plain as day. And it actually feels really good to trade off toward things you actually want. It's novel for people to realize that their money can do what they want it to do. And they can begin to exercise agency in the world. Yeah, people that don't worry about money, they do that really, really well. It starts by just giving every dollar a job.